Hello? Okay. Okay, ya? Hello? Betul. Straight, eh?
So, Tuan akan pegang mic tu.
Hello? Testing? Hello? Testing? Hello? Testing? Hello? Hello? Testing? Hello? Hello? Testing? Hello, selamat datang semua. Terima kasih atas kehadiran pada hari ini.
Boleh.
Tak ada. Hello? Hello, testing? Hello? Okay. Hello? Hello? Saya sebenarnya dah confused berapa kali dengan kata hello ni. Nak kena tukar skrip sikit. 1, 2, 3 ke? Pakai kabel. Yang kabel dia kata. Saya better pakai kabel. Hello? Is this better? Adakah ini lebih memuaskan? Masih tidak memuaskan. Oh, ini agak malang sekali. Hari Jumaat kita patut memuaskan hati orang. Ada yang kabel. Ada yang kata patut guna kabel kan? Kenapa kita teruk? Jarap tenang semua. Tak ada. I don't think the numbers will be a problem. Dah biasa banyak macam ni. Okay, kabel. Saya ingin hello? Okay. Hello? Hello, testing? Hello? Tak on ni? Hello? Tak ada tombol ni, tak ada on. Okay. Hello? Okay, ini baik. Saya harap ini diyakinkan tak ada unsur sabotaj hari ini. Terima kasih.
Cakap lagi.
Hello, dia suruh saya cakap lagi. Seronoknya kita. Tak, sebab kita dah pengalaman media blackout 2 tahun kan. Jadi tiba-tiba dapat semua news press tempat kita macam ni. Kejut lah, tak tahu nak kita apa. Okay? Nak test lagi? Are you okay?
MC bakal caller mungkin try.
Okay? Baik. Minta maaf tapi saya minta diri dulu. Terima kasih.
Nak sejuk jatuhkan Najib cepat.
Okey. Cubaan suara JKCM. Cubaan suara 1, 2 sound check. Test 1, 2.
Kita try belakang sikit.
Belakang sikit.
Testing. Testing, testing. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara.
Sekarang di sini kan? Di sini. Okey. Belakang. Depan. Ini. Apa? Dia ni.
Announcing the arrival of the former Prime Minister of Malaysia to Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad. Announcing the arrival of the former Prime Minister of Malaysia to Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad. Announcing the arrival of the former Prime Minister of Malaysia to Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad briefly summarize the Citizen Declaration.
Is that we as citizens want to express our worries, our concern about what is happening in the country today. So we are not here as representative of any party, NGOs or grouping. We are the citizens of Malaysia. Now why is it necessary for us to come together in this manner? For a long time now, people in Malaysia are worried and they have expressed their opinion, but then there is no concrete way of implementing their concerns or reacting to their concerns. They come to each and every one of us saying to us, please do something. They are very concerned, please do something. But we talk in different tongues almost. Each one of us express our stand and we agree generally with the concerns of the people and their views that this country is being led by someone who is doing a lot of damage to the country. Damage which may not be able to reverse in the future. If he is allowed to go on, the damage would become worse and worse. So because of that, we have come together with only one issue. That is that we must rid ourselves of Datuk Sri Najib as the Prime Minister of Malaysia. That is what brings us together. That is the purpose of this meeting, so that people in Malaysia can have a focus. They can have a body that they can voice their concerns to, not just to each other or to some people they know or to their own particular leader, but to address someone who represents the peoples of this country. Of course, the people of this country each have their own feelings and objectives, ideologies, etc. But it is quite clear that everyone, irrespective of their ideologies, their parties, their NGOs and all that, they all want one thing, that Najib should cease to become the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And so this group of people have decided that they will come forward and show their commitment. The commitment is in the form of signing a declaration, the same declaration for everyone. And that declaration, of course, includes the removal of Najib and the necessity to implement some reforms after he is no longer the Prime Minister. So that is why this very heterogeneous group of people have come together. It is not that about joining the opposition, for example. It's not just joining any particular group. It is just the citizens of Malaysia expressing their views and inviting the peoples of Malaysia to show their support. If they would be support, to show their support to this body, and then we can have an idea as to the wishes of the people in Malaysia. So we hope that following this, there will be efforts to get more people to sign the declaration. declaration. It's a bit long. It's a bit long, but I hope you will be patient enough to hear me through. Now it is called the Citizens Declaration. Nowadays when I pull up like this and you take pictures, you can actually read because you can enlarge it. Some people were not aware about that possibility. Citizens Declaration. We, the undersigned citizens of Malaysia, append below our concern over the deteriorating political, economic and social situation in the country. We wish to draw the attention of the people of Malaysia to the damage done to the country under the premiership of Dr. Sri Najib Tun Razak. Under his administration, the country has descended to become one of the 10 most corrupt countries in the world, according to Ernst & Young in their Asia Pacific Fraud Survey Report Series 2013. The 2015 Corruption Perception Index showed Malaysia has dropped 4 places from 50 to 54. This is because Datuk Sri Najib believes that money can ensure his position as Prime Minister of Malaysia. He believes that cash is king. Allocations to all institutions, including universities, have been reduced because of shortages of funds. Even when allocations are budgeted for, no money was available. In 2009, he decided to set up a sovereign wealth fund to earn income for the government. He created One Malaysia Development Berhad, which became indebted with 42 billion ringgit of loans, which it is unable to repay. It is no longer sovereign wealth. He created One Malaysia Development Berhad, which became indebted with 42 billion ringgit of loans, which it is unable to repay. It is no longer sovereign wealth. This is a very unusual group of people. There is only one thing common about us. We are all citizens of this country. Whatever may be our beliefs, our ideologies, our particular struggle, that today is not important to us. Done to the country. This is a very unusual group of people. There is only one thing common about us. We are all to become one of the 10 most corrupt countries in the world, according to Ernst & Young in their Asia Pacific Fraud Survey Report Series 2013. The 2015 Corruption Perception Index showed Malaysia has dropped 4 places from 50 to 54. This is because Dr. Sri Najib believes that money can ensure his position as Prime Minister of Malaysia. He believes that cash is king. Allocations to all ministries and public institutions, including universities, have been reduced because of shortages of funds. Even when allocations are budgeted for, no money was was available. In 2009, he decided to set up a sovereign wealth fund to earn income for the government. He created One Malaysia Development Berhad, which became indebted with 42 billion ringgit of loans, which it is unable to repay. It is no longer sovereign wealth fund. It is sovereign debt fund. One MDB borrowed approximately 20 billion ringgit to acquire 3 power plant companies for an overpriced 12.1 billion. Despite being awarded new power plant contracts and extension to the expiring power producing concessions, the 1MDB power companies were sold for 9.83 billion, or a loss of 2.27 billion. One NDB invested or lent a total of 1.83 US dollars, 1.83 billion US dollars to Petro Saudi International Limited between 2009 and 2011 under the pretext of bogus projects or non-existent assets. Bank Negara Malaysia had demanded 1MDB return the above money to Malaysia as their approval was given based on misinformation submitted by 1MDB. Of this sum, a total of US 1.45 billion was directly and indirectly siphoned off to Good Star Limited and other companies controlled by Low Tech Joe. To hide the missing funds, 1MDB disposed its investments and loans to BSI for US 2.318 billion, claiming to have made a profit of US 488 million. However, no money was returned to Malaysia. Instead, 1MDB claimed it invested the funds in Cayman Islands that was subsequently found to be an unlicensed investment manager. KPMG was sacked as 1MDB's auditors for refusing to confirm the value of the investment in the mysterious Cayman fund. 1MDB claimed that the Cayman Islands investment million for the termination. One NDB also took another loan of US 975 million from a Deutsche Bank-led consortium in September 2014 for the very same purpose of compensating ABBA for the terminated options. The Wall Street Journal has exposed the fact that these money had been paid to a different British Virgin Island entity with a similar name, ABBA Investment BJS Limited. They used a similar name to hide the fact that it did not go to the real ABBA Investment Company, whose beneficial owner is completely unrelated to IPIC. The simple scam has fooled even the 1MDB auditors, Deloitte Malaysia, into believing that the payments were indeed received by IPIC's ABBA. 1MDB announced that it made a second and final 1.1 billion redemption of the Cayman Islands investment in January 2015. Initially, the Prime Minister told Parliament that the sum was held in cash in BSI Bank. BSI Bank Singapore. However, 2 months later, in May 2015, he informed Parliament that it was not cash but assets. Subsequently, it was explained that these assets were units, which meant that they were never redeemed in the first place. This proved that 1MDB and the Prime Minister have been consistently lying to the Malaysian public. It also means that the money invested in Petroside Saudi, which was reinvested in Cayman Islands, are still missing and unaccounted for. A former UMNO vice head of Patokawan Division made a police report on the loss of large sums of money by 1MDB. No investigations were carried out by the police. Instead, he was interrogated. The person who reported was interrogated by the police, detained, and charged under anti-terrorist law for sabotage of the Malaysian economy. His lawyer was also arrested and charged under the same law. This has the effect of frightening people from making police reports on the 1MDB. The Wall Street Journal reported that Najib had US $681 million in his private account at M-Bank. Najib denied this at first, but later terrorists. He then claimed to have received the money from a Saudi prince, then from the king of Saudi Arabia, who had passed away. Later, a Saudi minister stated there was no record of such a gift by the Saudis. The Saudi minister suggested it was probably a Saudi investment. The amount was small. Najib expressed his intention to sue the Wall Street Journal, but he did not. What is about the US 681 billion he has in his private account. He has not sued WSJ, which he can do in the country WSJ was published. We have another 1 hour more. So be patient. Concern over the huge sum of money in Najib's private account, a task force was set up in Malaysia to investigate the origin of the money. 4 government institutions became members of the task force. They are the police, the Attorney General, Bank Negara, and the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. Before the task force was able to finish its work, the Attorney General was removed by Najib, claiming that he was sick and could not continue to work. Basically, Najib had misrepresented to the king to get the Attorney General to be replaced. The Public Account Committee was basically paralyzed by Najib removing his chairman and members to prevent his investigation of 1MDB. A new chairman, friendly to Najib, was appointed, and he promptly declared that Najib had done nothing wrong. He then appointed a new Attorney General. Shortly after, the new Attorney General dismissed a recommendation by Bank Negara for action to be taken, claiming that nothing in the report showed Najib had done any wrong. Bank Negara appealed, but this was brushed aside. The new Attorney General also dismissed another report by the MACC, the Anti-Corruption Agency. The contents of the report are not revealed, and threats are made against revealing its contents. The new Attorney General has, without valid explanation, dismissed the recommendation of the 2 institutions that possess the powers and expertise in this area. This dismissal prevented the matter from being determined by a court of law after all the evidence was evaluated. By doing so, the Attorney General is acted as prosecutor and judge. Due process and the rule of law has been denied. The sacked Deputy Prime Minister later revealed that the former Attorney General had shown him proof of Najib's wrongdoings relating to the same time, various foreign government agencies, namely from Switzerland, Singapore, the United States, Hong Kong, and Britain, have initiated investigations in the 1MDB. The press in Malaysia is heavily censored, so that Malaysians have to rely on the foreign press. Yet, when Malaysians discuss or write about the foreign reports, the government, the Inspector General of Police, invited people to make police report so that the police can carry out vetting and investigation against the person concerned. This is in contrast to the failure of the police to investigate the police report formally made against Najib, Joe Low, and the reports to the Attorney General by Bank Negara and MACC. The Attorney General even threatens to amend the law to provide for jail for life with 10 strokes of the rotan against anyone leaking government papers. This means that crimes committed in the administration can be hidden from the public. The Attorney General claims that a part of the 2.6 billion ringgit, about 2.3 billion, has been returned to the donor or donors. Apart from this statement, no proof has been provided. The people are suffering. Najib's GST and increases in toll rates have increased the cost of living, forcing some businesses to close down and also causing foreign-owned industries to stop operations and relocate to other countries, thus creating unemployment. Despite protests by the people, Najib joined the US-sponsored Trans-Pacific Partnership, which erodes our freedom to make policies of our country. Today, Malaysia's image is badly tarnished. Apart from being classified as one of the 10 most corrupt countries, Malaysia is now regarded as undemocratic. a review of all the recent laws and agreements that violate the fundamental rights guaranteed by the federal constitution and undermine policy choices. And D, a restoration of the integrity of the institutions undermined, such as the police, the MECC, Bank Negara, and the PHC. We call upon all Malaysians, irrespective of race, religion, political affiliation, creed, or parties, young and old, to join us in saving Malaysia from the government headed by Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak, to pave the way for much needed democratic and
Datuk Wan Abu Bakar Mustafa. Datuk Wan Abu Bakar Muhammad. And in a futile attempt to reduce the median age of the signatories, Syed Sadiq bin Syed Abdul Rahman. I'm pretty sure all the signatories here hope and wish that the youth of Malaysia will stand united in this battle, as we shouldn't just leave the future of our country in the hands of the President. The future of the country should also be fought by those of the youth today. And with that, let's start the duty. Being concerned about the future of Malaysia. We are concerned about removing Anti-Najib. The reform will come later. It's about systems and methods of administering the country. Kita tak suruh kapal-kapal letak jawatan daripada mana-mana. Kita cuma minta supaya mereka yang nak Datuk Seri Najib berhenti daripada Perdana Menteri, mereka akan mengepak lagi ataupun menjadi kumpulan pendesak supaya tumpuan rakyat kepada usaha ini dapat disalurkan kepada badan tertentu. Soal pembangkang tak timbul di sini. Saya cuba nak terangkan, kita berada di sini sebagai rakyat Malaysia. Well, that is something that we will decide. Well, we'll find ways and means. Among which is, of course, a vote of non-confidence. But a vote of non-confidence requires a majority, and that means some members of UMNO and Barisan Nasional who are conscious of what is happening, they should join the members who are who wish to remove Najib through a vote of non-confidence. Saya itu soal itu kita tak macam kita nak buang orang ini saja. Apa yang tu kita itu soal kedua. Soal pertama ialah penyingkiran Datuk Seri Najib. Kita akan adakan perjumpaan di antaranya ialah pada 27 hari bulan Mac ini, yang mana satu kumpulan akan menyatakan pendirian mereka. I'm not campaigning against DN. I'm campaigning against Datuk Seri Najib. Well, they need to remove Najib. That's not necessarily what they stand for. What they are striving for Sarawak is their business. But we want Najib to be out. What happens to the DN government? Well, the first thing is that the DN government will have to decide. If Najib is no longer their leader, they need to find another leader. We'll find out. Tapi Najib tak ada saya boleh campaign itu siapa pun. Najib ada tak guna lah. Dia yang merosakkan parti ini. Segala jentera kerajaan sudah dirosak. Termasuk polis, militeri, macam-macam lagi. Semuanya sudah dilumpuhkan oleh Najib. How can you actually contribute to the concerns that you mentioned? Because in like budget we are not able to mobilize forces and we will have to, and also even in the birthday rally, we cannot even mobilize any UMNO members and members
I'm not campaigning with or for army. I'm campaigning for the citizens of this country to remove Datuk Sri Najib from power. Well, people who support Najib are in danger of having legal action taken against them when Najib is no longer the Prime Minister. Kita akan mengadakan pilihan raya yang bebas daripada penipuan. Kalau raya nak pilih itu bukanlah mereka lah. Itu hak mereka. Takkan kita biasa kata PAP tak boleh bertanding. Kalau orang nak sokong, mereka dia hak dapat sokong.
Well, keadilan has made the position very clear. Yesterday, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim also came up with a very strong statement. Again, me and my colleagues here, these are among the concerned citizens. We are here to support the initiative that Najib must be removed immediately. And also, we are committed to the reform agenda. Free and fair elections, free media, and these are the areas that we have been championing for the last 10 years. That's it. Ini visi itu, bukan saya.
Adakah kerana parti-parti dalam Demak memaksa bergerak di atas nama rakyat Malaysia bukan
Saya fikir tafsiran ataupun perkiraan saudara itu tak betul. Yang kita bergerak ini kerana Najib melumpuhkan sistem kerajaan. Biasanya kita buat laporan polis terhadapnya, sepatutnya polis buat investigation, dan kalau didapati dia bersalah, AG mesti bawa kes ini ke mahkamah. Tapi sistem sekarang ini tak jalan. Sebab itu kita terpaksa mengadakan satu gerakan citizen, rakyat, kerana kita, hak kita untuk mengambil tindakan kepada pemimpin yang melakukan perbuatan yang salah. Hak kita sudah dihapuskan. Soal tu nampaknya dalam kepala kita ni masih lagi terdapat parti tu, parti ini. Kita bergerak sebagai rakyat dan ada keperluan apa juga faham. Ada gerakan rakyat, ada gerakan parti.
Supporting the removal of the Prime Minister solves the country's problems because the institutions are still there.
Sorry, thank you for that question. For civil society, as far as I'm concerned, it is not just about the removal of one man. It is about establishing a genuine reform agenda to return our country to a true democracy. We have strayed very far away from that. And our reform agenda includes strengthening of institutions, including freedom of speech, free and fair elections, I was very glad to hear Tun mention that, and the re-establishing of the rule of law. I am here and we are here because we believe Malaysia deserves better. We believe that the people deserve better. As for our call for the removal of the Prime Minister, this actually accords with democratic conventions and principles. It's nothing personal. This is the way democracy works. In any other true democracy, a leader in his position would have resigned in similar circumstances. So that's why that call is there too. It's part of the entire democratic process. Now, I think releasing Anwar Ibrahim must be on our reform agenda, on the table, as well as others who are unlawfully incarcerated. Now let me just, sorry, this is being pedantic, just quote William Shakespeare for a minute. There is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. In other words, the time to act is now. The time to set aside our differences is now. The time to reclaim this nation is now. Preferably before we are all put behind bars. So I hope I've answered your question. As far as civil society is concerned, the reform agenda is absolutely vital. Thank you.
Just to reiterate, I'm here actually as an individual and a citizen of Malaysia, but I do have the support of the steering committee of Bersih. The reason why we are here is, yes, we do want to remove Najib, simply because we have given him too many chances to try to restore this rotting system, but he didn't do it. So therefore, it is pertinent, non-negotiable for him to be removed. But at the same time, when you remove a leader, you also want to look at the system, because the system is not functioning as we want it to be, to push us forward towards democracy. And therefore, the institutional reform and all that Tun has actually mentioned are very vital. Non-negotiable, it cannot be compromised, it is on the table, and I hope that we are going round town, paying the town rate, to actually put forward this demand, that we are here to see a long-term change as well as getting Najib to resign. So I really hope that more Malaysians will actually support this declaration, because it's really about our nation. We have to set aside our diversity, our differences, and work towards our nation. No more talking, but it's action now. Thank you.
You said set aside our differences. Does it mean setting aside all the mistakes of the past in which Dr. Mahathir is accused of eroding our institution? Does it mean forgiving to Mahathir?
What I mean is really setting aside the differences. By bringing in the institutional reform, we are already correcting the mistakes that have been made in the past. And we have to recognize we have made mistakes along the way. We are here today and the future to correct those mistakes. We don't want to be talking in 10 years' time about corruption, about reasons, about repressive laws. We are here to say that we want a better future. Thank you.
And also other leaders who are present. May I know who will be leading this so-called concerned citizens? Will you be the chair of those?
We have no formal leader. We work together as citizens of this country. think about it. He should leave now.
Masih lagi ahli UMNO dan dengan kenyataan sanksi dalam gerakan ini ada kemungkinan sanksi mungkin akan dikenakan tindakan lebih dahsyat. Suara sanksi tak akan didengar lagi dalam parti supaya kalau dikenakan tindakan yang lebih keras.
Saya di sini sebagai nama saya, walaupun saya masih ada UMNO, tapi saya citizen Malaysia. Saya hak untuk bersuara. Oleh sebab itu saya tidak penuh apa yang telah disebut oleh Tun Sementara.
Tidak lagi berbangga dengan keputusan sekarang ni, tapi mungkin ada reason tertentu daripada Tun yang tak mahu meletakkan jawatan dalam DLC.
Soal saya dengan orang lain tu, saya masih beristeri, ada anak, apa tak bagi. Yang bagi soal penyikiran Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak.
So if a vote of no confidence doesn't work, will you all consider going to the streets?
Going to the street.
Street
Well, we are not allowed in this democratic country. You cannot demonstrate in the street. You can demonstrate inside the house. Later on, you can only demonstrate in your bedroom.
That concludes the next step.
Media, last two questions. Last two.
Do you trust Dr. Mahathir?
Sorry, can't hear you.
Do you trust Dr. Mahathir in his effort to save Malaysia?
I think the country is an important historic junction. This is the second watershed that we are facing in the last 3 years. The first time was during the last general elections, when 52% of the people, of the voters, make it very clear they want to change. And that should be a message, should be heard loud and clear by the Prime Minister. Instead, he has regressed. He is not only the, and despite the fact that he is the first minority Prime Minister, he doesn't have the majority of the support of the voters in the country. I think what we are seeing today is not so much a political realignment of political forces, but a national alignment of Malaysian forces for the national interest. And I think that must be a call, must go out from this hall to all Malaysians, 30 million Malaysians, regardless of race, religion, region, politics, individuals, to come together to save Malaysia from becoming a failed state and a rogue state. And I think that is of overwhelming importance, and we should not be lost ourselves in the irrelevancies of the moment. Thank you very much. I think we welcome all Malaysians who are prepared for the moment to rise above everything else, put the nation above everything else, and include every one of you in the media. Are you prepared? That is a challenge to you.
Guys, respect.
We just want to also mention and recognize 4 names who are not here, but who are also on board in the same cause. These are people who agreed in absentia. Those four are Tun Daim Zainuddin, Dato Sri Shafi'i Abdal, Tan Sri Zaman Han, and Matthias Chang, and YB Tony Pua. Very interesting list of names. Finally, if I may send a message to the youth of Malaysia, I keep on telling my friends out there when they say we should not speak up because we will be repressed in and outside of the university. That says a lot, right? Talking about repression. If the former Prime Minister of Malaysia, who's retired and of the age of 90-year-old, turning 91, can fight for the future of our country, hand in hand with very colorful characters from all parties, races, religions, and different systems of belief, if they can fight for us, there's absolutely no excuse for us to fight for our future. Repression is only possible when we are disunited. And for once, we have reached this juncture in which unity is possible. Let us fight to save Malaysia. And with that, it concludes the end of the session. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Campaign.
There is no doubt that Donald has done well in these elections. There's no doubt about that. The numbers are there. Here's the numbers also.